spirit of the game.
I get by so much. You can do so much with it.
It's
I really can't wait to get at a table too, because I have so much stuff now to put the naval thing. I'm so excited about my naval situation right now. I have been wanting to do things with D&D navally wise, and to be able to get the money I got through the government has made me able to do this. It's awesome.
Say navally.
Navally wise, not with I know with ships. Navally. Those of you watching on stream can enjoy that term.
Maybe it's Navaline.
Navally.
Lee, you gonna come out of retirement with me and go Space Force?
To go to space? That's about the only thing a person in my family hasn't done. I would gladly be happy to be the first. You'll have to forgive me, however, if I cry like a bitch upon exit or entry.
Same.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not about it.
I actually found out in March that my hypoxia recovery is stellar. I recover very quickly from the hypoxia.
Yeah, that's a skill you should stop testing, my friend.
All right. Okay, guys, we are all back. Thank you for thanks for a little chance to get a little break and get all things going.
Hang out.
All right, you are going down the tunnel. Basically, it's going to take you a bit to get out of there, but I will need a perception check at disadvantage as you go down the tunnel.
Who's getting that?
All of us at disadvantage?
Olinsky is, because he's going down without light.
But I have dark vision.
We're all doing perception?
Dark vision has changed in 5th edition. It's basically dim light for you. Anything in the shadows is hidden. You don't see infrared or anything like that. It's quite a different look. No, this is just for Oleski. He's in the lead.
Oh.
If he can't see it, you guys will jump by it.
So perception, huh? That's just kind of a straight up roll kind of thing.
But at disadvantage, it kind of sucks.
Wisdom.
Woo! I got a 1. And wait, that's a 7. 7.
That's way different than a 1.
Yeah, it is. The other one was a 17, but at the disadvantage side of things,
Yeah, but having a 7 is still better than 1, so that's good. Any pluses to that 7?
Nope, straight up.
Straight up. Okay, cool.
Straight up.
All right, you're going down. This is definitely a used tunnel, Oleski. It doesn't look like it's frequently used, but it's definitely something that is not like you're like, this isn't natural. There's not a lot of rocky things to mess with anyone's footing. It definitely was purposely carved out. You do see a couple other routes, tunnels that lead off, but you know where you have to go with help of Pepper and the map guiding into where you need to go. It's a lot of places to hide though and stuff. So, but you feel pretty confident. Nothing seems to have been down here recently though. So it looks like they've got a lot of things cleared off or it wandered off because nobody else has found, like I said, no one else has found anything down here, or creatures kind of stumbled here and gotten like natural predators or anything like that. Some number of spider webs, but it doesn't look like anything is nesting here at the moment. Especially this seems to be the farthest tunnel that you're getting a feel from this network that you found for the underground thing. You take quite a bit of the hours. It's going to take you a couple hours. I will need you to do another perception check. This one normal, no disadvantage.
There's that natural one.
Okay. So you're kind of moving forward, and literally you basically kind of like it took you a bit, and you pretty much now see light at some, like, now it's more of carved feature work that looks like someone has definitely went into the rock and made sure it looks stone and looks good. It has beautiful women designs, like kind of like a dancer's pose on the side beams of it. There's no door. It seems to be completely open. The torches are there. You're just on the edge of the light when you kind of turn the corner to it, and it looks like it goes into a big room, but you haven't entered the light to go into the part of that. So, and you guys now kind of start seeing a light beaming back from the tunnel after this nerve-wracking walking through the tunnel where you had no idea where you were. You basically walked blind for 2 hours. So even a big iron guy like you, HK.
Oh, thank God, light.
HK brought you back to some bad memories. Why don't you give me a wisdom saving throw with advantage?
Great.
That's going to be an 11.
Big
Okay.
guy with PTSD.
Yes, he does. If you knew what he went through. Okay, you're on alert. You're nervous as you kind of finally get to the light. If an iron guy could sweat, you would have been sweating.
It's just oil.
You're sweating your oil.
He's got an oil leak.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't catch this before we came around the corner. It looks like there's, it's carved. There's definitely stonework here.
Pepper will whisper to you. Do you want me to go up and check it out? Or do you want to send smoke? So you're probably your two stealthiest people.
Do I have
Send a
any
stealthy
kind
guy.
of
What, Pepper? Why don't you go? Spoke will accompany so that you're not surprised. So that you move in tandem, so nobody goes away alone.
There's probably a much better chance Pepper knows what it is than Spoke.
Yeah, but they're
Right.
both.
No.
But nobody should go anywhere alone.
Okay, so Spoke, roll stealth.
From what I saw, does this carving, these women, do they remind me of anything religious or is it iconography I've seen before?
History check.
That good old natural one again. Yep.
They're very pretty. Spoke,
Damn,
going up
like there are.
Your stealth. You're going up with Pepper to go check it out. Spoke. Stealth check. You are not. I don't hear you.
Muted.
No, he's not muted.
Sorry, I did the physical mute thing. I'm sorry. I rolled a 15.
All right, the two of them quietly move up. You're pretty impressed with both Pepper and Spoke Gillespie moving past you pretty quietly. You'll move up. Okay, so Spoke, as you get down there, there is basically another like arch thing that seems to be down there. It's not connected to the wall. It seems to be a rock formation carving of its own. It is made of beautiful marble, thick as hell. You're looking like 15 feet thick. The columns, they're very big inside there. There's crackling purple and reddish energy that is swirling inside of this thing going on.
So it's an arch of marble. It's 15 feet long and crackling energy.
The columns are 15 feet wide themselves. It is those two of them. It branches over. The thing's probably 15 feet in distance as well from each other pillar. So the pillars are very wide, and then those two pillars are about 15 feet apart of each other, connecting to the top. And then the energy is there and on the floor. There are a number of 3 bowls that seem to be empty. There are candles all around the place. The place is littered with tapestries, arcanic picturesques or something like that going on. There's a symbol also circling around arcanic runes that are around this portal that you see going on as well. And down there seems to be one shrouded individual, all in black, with a black sword in a scabbard, like that you can see, and a black shield, midnight black shield. strapped to his back.
It's goddamn Dracula. Let's get out of here.
There is another tunnel that looks like it's stairs that lead up opposite that seem to go upstairs. The chamber is about 50 feet in length and about 25 feet wide to accommodate the most of this one area. This portal's in the far end of this chamber, occupying almost all of that. The rest of the place looks like it's all open, just the tapestries that are lining the walls to the place going on. There are torches in between, lit, and they seem to be magically lit. They're not being lit by fire, natural fire. They're all, so it looks like some type of continual flame in your experience.
Okay. Man, I could really use some kind of person who's knowledgeable in magic right now.
Well, Pepper says this is definitely the portal.
I'm gonna like signal to Pepper to go back, get the group, and I'll stay put. I'll try to hide in the room and keep an eye on the guy.
Pepper slips back. Aleski, she comes at you first, and she says, "We found a room. There's the portal's there, and there's somebody in there." Spoke, I need you to make another stealth check because as Pepper kind of left, you heard her scabbard scrape against the side of the wall. The guy is looking. It just turned and looked up to you.
Pepper, what the? 19.
One person
You're-
or multiple people?
You're able to jump back just in time. You're pretty sure he didn't see you, but he might be sensitive right now.
Ooh, did you get a good look at him?
You're not looking in the room right now. The group, you're now told by Pepper that that's what they found. They have found the room.
Does he look friendly?
One guy?
He does not look friendly.
Uh-huh.
All look black. She says in her experience, people who are black are not friendly.
Is it just one? Wait.
I wear black.
He'll beat his ass.
You're not good folk, so she can say bad things about it. All right, you moving up?
Yep.
Okay, so the group is next to you. They're 5 feet. They're about 8 feet away from the actual light and looking down. So no one has looked in. Nobody knows what the guy's doing either. So, but you can all.
So like as they approach, I'm like holding hand up, like halts just silently.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait a few beats, probably like a minute, and then try to peer around the corner.
Okay, do another stealth with advantage because you are
All right.
very super cautious about this right now.
12, 17.
Okay, you peek around. The guy seems to have walked off a little bit closer to the stairs leading up. He probably figured maybe you guys were rats or something like that, or again, feel that because no one's ever come down this way, that no one has. He doesn't think it possibly was a real sound. He's disinterested again. However, from his angle now, you see white locks of hair coming out from his cloak.
Cool. I'm gonna try to move up on the guy. I'm gonna keep my like hand up of like wait and try to sneak up on him.
Okay, it's down below, so you're gonna have to scale quietly to get down if you want to try to get close to him. Like I said, you're overlooking an area down. There is stairs that lead off to the left, but it's gonna lead to the bigger part of the room, not closer to the portal. And pretty much doesn't give you much cover unless you're gonna use the entire tapestries to get through. Or you can climb walls, depending on your skill sets.
I'm gonna hand one end of a rope to HK.
A good anchor.
And I'll use that to climb down.
All right.
I tie it off to the brace around the shield.
Okay, so I need Spoke. You're going to roll a stealth check. Hephaestus, You are going to roll an athletics to hold the rope.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice. Not a natural 20, but a 22.
Okay. He's holding firm. It's just taut enough that you're able to slip by. There's no deviation in the rope. You're able to kind of calculate your footing all the way down. The tapestries seem to be helping to help you suppress any sound. This dude seems to be, not believing anything's coming out, or really bored, or just lost in a thought process. You have gotten down from the wall. Do you wish to approach him? There is no other place to hide. It's opening. You have to quietly walk up to him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm going for the backstab. So yeah.
Roll another stealth.
All right.
This is in the open.
Yep. 12, 17.
Okay. All right. Spoke has gone over. What do you guys want to do?
Ben, I had 2 questions I posted.
The ground is rock.
Okay.
And you're not sure how far down because you haven't looked.
Okay.
So Spoke's initiating the contact?
You have no idea. He just told you just wait, and then took a rope. He put a rope around HK and then descended over the side. You have no idea. I mean, you've worked with him. You can assume his intentions, but you are not actually sure what is happening right now. That's why I'm asking. Do you want to
Stand
take?
by for further instructions?
As soon as I notice a slack on the rope, that would indicate that he's no longer climbing. I'm going to move. I'm going to stand still, but for not longer than 5 to 10 seconds. Then I'm going to go right to the edge.
Okay. You notice that he's let go. He's off the rope, and you're going to say 5 seconds or 10 seconds. I need to be a very precise time frame.
I'm going to give him 10.
Okay. Aleski and Alarian, I haven't heard from you guys. What are you two doing?
Well, because I don't have any information, I'm just kind of standing and ready to go.
Okay.
I trust Spoke.
Do it.
I trust Spoke. He told me to wait, so I'm gonna wait.
That's a bad.
I'm not gonna run out and peer over the edge and say, "Hey, what's going on down there?"
What you doing?
I've already shown myself to not be stealthy.
Yes, you have. All right. Pepper seems a little bit anxious, but she's staying back with you guys, waiting for something to happen. Spoke, you start creeping up as quietly, nervous. You think you feel a bead of sweat just dripping down your face as you move. And then he just turns and looks you in the face and goes, "What do we have here?" And you're face to face with a Drow.
Shocker!
Roll initiative.
Dun dun dun.
All of us?
Yes, because it's when you start hearing things, you're gonna have to act.
Because Spoke
14, Benny.
Okay, hold on. Don't say anything yet until I can track
All right.
everything kind of going on.
I typed it in the chat too.
That's an awesome idea. All right, let's see. Spoke. Valerian. Justice. Chew. And Aleski. Awesome. Okay. All right. So he looks at you, and then everything around you goes black. All of a sudden, you guys down below see the entire area just turned into a pit of blackness. There's some beaming light, but down in the pit, it got down there. It got completely black. All right. Spoke. You feel a cut into your side and your chest. You take 14 points of damage.
Ben, I have a survival skill. Can I estimate the distance to the ground based on his standard speed of climb?
You can on your turn.
Okay, thank you.
And it is actually your turn.
Can you hold my
survival check?
HK,
I'm gonna give you
are you strong enough to hold my weight?
I'm giving you advantage.
I'm under 6 feet tall.
That's going to be a 19.
It is it's basically a 30-foot drop down there.
All right. 30 feet to the bottom. Alexi, throw your light. And I'm going to go to the edge. And actually, I'm going to hold and wait for the light to go ahead of me. And as soon as a target is illuminated, I'm going to throw a javelin and begin a descent.
I'm going to give you a history check, please, with advantage.
Yep. That's going to be a 14.
Did Spoke tell you who was down there? No, he didn't, right?
No.
Okay. All right. So
Pepper told us there was someone down there.
As you move up now, and you've said what you said, your turn is going to end, but you've just realized exactly what you've seen. You have seen this orb of darkness before from Drow, and knowing that they were down here before, you're pretty sure that everything that you're about to do is not going to work. However, your turn is ended because it's everything you've done. Spoke. It is now you. You are in complete darkness. What are you doing?
And your audio really kind of gotten muffled, muted. Your phone may be turned a different way or something.
No, I can't hear you at all.
You are in complete Spoke. What do you like to do?
I'm in complete darkness. I can't see anything. Yeah.
Correct.
All right. I'm gonna try to back off using disengage.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, are you going back to the way you came, or are you going to try to do a different direction?
Back to the wall where the rope. Where I think the rope is.
Okay. You're able to get back, and you are able to feel for the rope. Do you want to yell anything? Do you want to say anything, or do you want to keep yourself quiet?
Is the rope taut?
No. You feel it loose.
All right. I'm gonna give a quick yelp of drow, and I'd like to keep moving. Down the wall, like towards where the stairs are running off.
Okay. So you do that. Larian, it is you.
All right, so there's this magical effect creating darkness down there.
As you walk up, you see what you would believe to be an orb of darkness.
Okay, so it's a magical effect.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to say Disparis, and I'm going to cast the spell Magic.
Okay.
Is it a third level spell or higher?
No, it dissipates because it's an innate ability. Basically, now you see the warrior. He's got blood on his black sword, and then he looks up and sees all you guys at the top of the area.
Do I get that prepared action that I had?
You see him? Yes. What do you want to do?
Yeah, boy.
Launch the javelin.
Okay.
That's going to be a 21 to hit.
21?
Yep.
21. All right. Second.
Bet you didn't expect that.
Oh.
Yeah, someone got the spell Magic when he leveled up.
Good call, man.
Yes.
That bloop bloop on y'all's side.
I have no.
All right.
I have no idea.
All right, and I have 2 attacks. So second attack, same thing. Second javelin.
Yep.
That one's only going to be a 13.
That's a miss.
Okay.
You he put after you hit him the first time, he quickly puts up that that very elegant black shield, and it deflects off of that. So roll your damage.
That was an 8 for damage,
Okay.
and he got a big old stick sticking out of him.
Alarian, did you have a bonus action you could do, or was there anything else you wanted to do? All right.
Nope. I just have an action.
Aleski.
How far down is it now that we can see and we're moving up towards the edge here?
It's a 30 feet walk. It's about 50 feet away from that.
But we have enough room to see him from where we're at.
Yeah, he dispelled the darkness, so now he's a one figure in the middle of a completely bare room. There's no cover for him anywhere.
Okay, so I'll wave my hands, and Apollo's flame be yours, and I'll cast a sacred flame on him. So it's a dex save 14.
Do your damage.
Cool. 18 points
Ooh.
of radiant damage.
You see a lot of his armor and stuff kind of catch fire as he yelps. He angers in pain. He's
Yelps.
he doesn't quite yelp. He just kind of hits it. He's up. He's
2
definitely
stars.
surprised by that. Jew, it is you now.
HK, are you able to hold the rope while I go down?
Oh yeah, I got it. It's
All
tied
right.
off to my. It's tied off to my shield.
All right. I
Jump.
am going to grab the rope. I am going to run, jump, and launch a javelin at this dude.
Okay. First, roll your athletics.
Athletics.
Yep.
Team.
Yep. And then roll an attack.
Not as good as a 6. Damn it.
So 15.
Oh, like a 10.
All right, you jump off, holding the rope. It kind of goes like guts the stack part. Kind of like the angle and stuff. Getting the rope, there's not a whole lot. Kind of makes you throw wide of him as it goes by, but you're able to kind of swing back, bounce, and just get yourself down on the ground. You're now on the floor where the thing kind of dangles from. You see Spoke off to the side from there. He looks at you quite with interest, pulls out a crossbow, and fires it at you, Jew.
I'll catch it.
You take 6 damage,
Class.
and I need you to make a
You caught it. You caught it, all right.
in your shoulder.
He won't fire that one again.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Oh God, that's not good. 6.
Okay, it hits you. You just go, ooh. Then all of a sudden you feel tired as hell,
Oh,
drained,
fucking poisoned.
fatigued. So you just black out. You drop.
Quickly.
F that noise.
They're nasty. All right, you're the world's black for you. All right, HK, what are you doing?
You said it's 30 feet down.
Yep.
I can't take that kind of hit to get down. If it was 20 feet, I'd have jumped. I'm gonna go. Let me count my javelins here. Hang on a second.
He's reloaded, by the way.
I've got 2 more javelins before I have to go to the spear. So I'm gonna fire 2 javelins.
Okay.
And that's gonna be
Javelin Gatling gun.
uh 15
He blocks it with a shield.
and 19.
You hit him with that.
That's going to be 10.
Oof. All right.
He's got 2 big sticks sticking out of him.
He does. He's still hissing in pain, not yelping. Hissing.
I'll give him a Yelp review next round. Don't you worry about it.
Spoke. It is you. You've disengaged. Now you see him.
I have heard that sticking him with sticks is the way to go. So I'm going to pull out my short bow and stick him with a stick.
All right. Do it up.
15.
He blocks that with a shield. Fire wide. All right. Alarian. It's you.
I'm gonna say fuego and cast firebolt at him,
Okay.
and it's not gonna hit.
Anything else? Good. All right. Aleski. You guys are all on the stairs just throwing things, chucking things at him, and he's just blocking most of it.
So at this point, I'm going to dive into my Gift of Apollo. At this point, radiant wings sprout from my back. My eyes glow a bright, like a neon white almost. Gives me a flying speed of 30 and extra damage when I attack. So this is my action. I will expand these wings, go to the glowing radiant demigod mode, and fly down. I've got a flying speed of 30 feet, so I can get down to the floor.
Okay.
And I will, at this point, I will drop a d6 of healing on Jude as well.
All right.
Ben, is his light because it? I'm sorry. Is his light because it's from Apollo qualify as daylight for the purposes of impeding the drow?
I don't actually shed light, so to speak. So
okay,
it's just a very cool image. How much did you heal?
5.
So he's not injured. He's asleep.
Well, he had to get hurt to get injured or to go to sleep. So
that's true. You do heal the 5 points from the actual 6. I think I did. So still got 1 point of damage. But he is still unconscious. All right, that will end. Jew, you're in a nice, blissful. You feel warmer because you healed, but you're sleeping nice. All right, back to him. He sees you come down. He was looking at Spoke, Aleski, then he turns and fires at you instead. You will take 4 damage, and now you need a Constitution save.
Seven.
As you get hit in the back, as everything kind of full, and you're just like, oh, Jew's not that bad. You're awfully tired, fatigued, and drained, and you lay over the body of Jew, and both of you are spooning each other as you sleep.
Oh, he flew past me. How the hell is he spooning me?
Because he was healing you, fool.
I didn't have to touch him to heal him, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to be on Jew.
I went straight down. He was swooping at an angle.
I'm glad that's all you guys are concerned about right now.
I can die of poisoning as long as I'm not cuddling this dude.
There you go. For moments like this.
Too bad you're the little spoon. You don't have a choice.
HK, what are you doing?
HK, if you want to get down there, if you hold your action, I can make you fly.
I will hold my action.
Okay.
You can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
Your 2 companions are out. You see them on the ground. This guy is systematically picking you apart.
Am I seeing them out? Aren't they on the stairs above me? Or has everyone come down?
These 2 guys jumped down. You're the only one. No one's used the stairs, actually. Everyone's been jumping down or using rope.
Oh, there
Yeah.
were stairs?
Yeah, they're off to the left, but no one's mentioned
I
that.
didn't even hear that there were stairs.
Well, it was only the person who went off scouting.
And they're both on a pile and near me.
No, they're about 25 feet away because they're in the center where you originally came down. You flanked away because you were trying to get out of the darkness earlier, and then you decided to stay there and start shooting.
Huh.
I might add, if you engage him, he can no longer shoot at range. With well, at least he'll be doing it at disadvantage. He'll have to go back to his swordy thing. But that's if you want to fight toe to toe with a drow.
Yeah, it's not really my thing.
I do.
I invite you to.
Well, now that we know there's stairs, HK could just go down there without even flying.
No, there's stairs across the room on the other side of the room.
No, the ones that this though.
No, Ben said none of us took it.
It's going to take a full action to go down the stairs and then run to him. You cannot attack. It's a full move action to get down there.
I'm gonna move the 25 feet over to them, and I'm gonna kick Jew.
Okay, he's unconscious. It's obviously magical.
Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. So.
Okay, so you're standing
Fucking randomly kill me for nothing.
I don't know. Maybe you're just really tired.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy.
You know I don't have narcolepsy.
Larry, what would you like to do?
I look at HK and I say,
that's not the end of my turn. I haven't even taken an action.
"Oh,
yet.
yeah, jeez."
While you are tapped, what do you want to do?
That you're gonna count that as an attack.
No, I'm just saying if you want to try to if they're alive, if they're injured, if they're doing something, you just can't just.
Am I in a situation where I possibly can use my cunning action to try to take a hide action?
You can, but the only thing you know of is the tapestry. So that's what we're going to be using for to do that. So yeah, you can do that.
But, I mean, yeah, that's going to be my try then. I'll try to hide with tapestry.
Roll stealth at disadvantage because he's watching you.
It's fair.
You're the only one down there.
Oh, that was pretty good disadvantage. 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
You're in. You feel pretty confident, but you're not sure. I mean, like I said, you're the only one down there right now. So, and like I said, you know that your two friends are asleep after. So, Alarian, what do you want to do?
I look at HK and put my hand on his arm, and I say, "I'm the wind beneath your wings." Vanish, and I cast fly on him.
Okay.
He can fly. Has a fly speed of 60 feet.
Okay. So HK, because it's only an action, I will allow you to get you can move, but you cannot attack. So do you want to move now?
It's just like a movement. He can fly.
No, my movement is 60 feet, right?
Yes, yeah. But on a held action, you can only do an action. You don't have a full turn. So basically, I allow you to move, which will be up the fly spell. If you want to do what I just said, Spoke could, you can get down now with the spell and engage the drow, so he can no longer fire regularly. He would fire at anybody else at disadvantage, even you at disadvantage with the crossbow thing. You have fought drow before. The poison is in the crossbow; it's not in the sword. So if you don't want to be shot at, you can get down there and engage him. Not to mention, if he shoots anybody else, you have your sentinel.
So I'm just trying to gather what I was going to do because I normally have 2 attacks.
You cannot have your full turn when you hold your action. I've been watching a lot of Critical Role. So basically, what you have, you can do one of your things, but you cannot do all of them when you hold yourself yourself in.
And even if I go with my action surge, I couldn't get at least the rest of that turn.
That's all bonus stuff. You can't activate them off bonus. But you have Sentinel as a feat. If you go down there, you put him at disadvantage, and if he attacks anybody, you immediately activate the Sentinel.
Can I fly so I'm behind him, giving Spoke advantage?
Yes. Anytime you engage. Okay.
Done.
And again, if he shoots anybody but you, you will have your Sentinel strike on.
Yep.
Okay.
Will I at least get my item interaction so I can have my glaive in my at the ready because I was holding that in my shield hand initially while I was
Yeah.
throwing javelins. Okay.
Yeah, you're ready to pounce on it when you get down there. All right.
I'm there. Do something.
Unless he's out, Jew is out. He's back to you. He will turn and he doesn't give a shit. He's gonna shoot you. He shoots you and hits you. You will take 1 point of damage. Actually, 4 points of damage. But you're immune to poison, so
Yep.
he kind of realizes that.
How much damage? 1 point, you said?
4 points, sorry.
Okay. Hang on 1 second.
And then it is your turn.
Just let me mark the hit points so I have that. And I will attack him.
Now you get to do everything.
First hit is a 25.
Hit.
Second hit is a 21.
Hit.
Damage is going to be 14. Action. Yeah, I'm just using the glaive at this point. So,
Okay.
and I'm not going to action surge at this time. I'm going to just
Wait.
Yep. Stay behind him.
Okay. All right, Smoke. HK is down. He is on the other side of the Drow. The Drow is now trying to fend him off. He didn't do very well. HK brutalized him pretty badly. All right, roll. It is advantage, and it is your backstab. But not crit.
27 to hit.
That hits.
Wow, one would hope.
One would hope.
Yeah, 27 doesn't hit him. I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah, let's leave. 23 damage.
You quickly move out of the tapestry, rush up to him. Blade goes into his other side. He goes to his chest, and you just feel him go limp in your stabbing form. He drops.
As he falls, I lean into his ear and I say, "We are one."
And then you absorb
high
them
five
into
HK.
He takes one last essence of spitting into your eye, okay, and then passes from it. Okay, Alarian, you're able to kind of snap these guys awake after about 5 minutes.
First, I saunter down the steps.
Okay.
Be like,
About that,
HK, I made you fly. That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
That's not bad. We must do this again. How long does this last?
10 minutes.
It's about
you can go first. You can go for another spin.
Good job there, Sugar Ray.
right. Again, you see this now. You guys see the portal. There is tapestry of all sorts of scenes, iconically on the all over the walls there. There seems to be something leading upstairs. The Drow is laying there.
Where's Pepper?
She's coming down the stairs.
She disappeared during.
You need her help part of the portal. She'll come down as well. I guess I'll leave it out there. Do you want to try to save the Drow or no? Much like
I do.
on the death saves.
I'll bind him.
Okay, Lesky, you can put a cure to him, or using your medicine.
I'll fix him up with a healer's kit.
Is that automatic, or do you need a roll?
No, I can stabilize him with a healer's kit, and he gets 1 hit point.
Cool. Okay.
Are we saving him?
Because he can tell us the plan that we don't know anything about.
I'm sure you wouldn't lie.
He snaps open, and he looks
Just
Oh man!
stop off his ear.
Okay.
If I
No. Stand back. I'm going to cast a spell on him. I'm going to cast Suggestion, DC 14 Wisdom save. And the
Not the drow
suggestion
you're looking for.
the suggestion will be to ignore us and do a villain soliloquy of his plan.
It's soliloquy. Make it light.
What's your DC?
14 Wisdom.
Yeah, he just sneers at you.
Fine. I will
And chop his
cast
ears off now?
or into his head.
What are you putting in his head?
I'm going to cast it again.
Again. All right. He's like,
I'm going to punch him in his nose.
he goes unconscious.
you only
I
have
take-
one hit point.
While he's unconscious, I take away his gear.
Okay.
Yeah, what does he have?
He has an enchanted drow weaponry and shield and armor. His armor is
Ooh.
His armor's what now?
plate mail.
Plate?
Ooh.
Dark elven plate.
No, never mind.
It's
Too
it's really nice,
Too
but
slim.
It's just black.
The Dark Elf fails a dexterity save, but he passes
It's the skinny jeans of plate mail.
The skinny jeans and man bun of plate mail.
What about that sword, Spoke? You
Browber,
wanna look at
Comrie,
that
and
sword?
Fitch or something like that?
That'd be a pretty cool sword to have, Spoke, maybe.
Oh,
You're muted, bud.
oh,
The
Muted,
sword-
brother.
The sword has iconicry of the Spider Queen.
Ooh.
take it because you'll need it against your
Just
twin.
What kind of sword is it? I'm sorry.
It's a long sword.
Spoke.
Longsword really isn't my thing. That's a strength.
yeah.
Spoke. Take
Yeah.
the gear.
And pretend.
Change your visage so you look like one of them. Wear that
Yeah.
gear.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to use his weapon. Sheath it and have it so they think you're him.
I'm with you. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take on this guy's form.
Okay.
So
You guys waking him back up again?
Great idea.
You observed him before we attacked. What was he doing here? Was he casting a spell or? What? Why was he in this location by himself?
I'm going to examine the tapestry.
Give me a religious check, please.
Spoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look around too. While
14.
Spoke figures out what he saw.
Roll a history as well.
$18.
Okay. Let me first get deal with HK. You guys are going around. It's going to take you a bit anyways to look around at these tapestries. Pepper's checking out the gate and seeing what she can figure out for that. HK, the fighting style of him, he's definitely not a priest, and you don't think he's the wizard type. So he's somewhere else in the other the classes of type.
Okay.
All right, you and Alarian, the tapestries are very, very interesting. They seem to be depicting some type of historical event. but you're unsure. But all of them seem to be revolving around a black-haired, iconic being. She is not angelic or demonic, but you can tell that this being is of very huge importance throughout the tapestries that you are studying.
What was she? You broke up a little bit on what she was.
Okay, she is. You just know that there's something around revolving around an iconic black-haired female being. You don't know. It doesn't. You're not sure. It doesn't seem like it's
Okay.
or something, but it could be. You just know it's not angelic. It's not demonic because there are no bat wings. There are no angelic wings on the being, but it does seem to be radiating some type of magical or divine deity type of power because everything seems to be revolving a lot with this being in a lot of the tapestries that are going through. You didn't notice it, but you will notice that several of the tapestries more centered around the gate are showing portals with this being a part of it.
Interesting. Look at these portals. Look at these ones. They show this being around these portals.
Yeah,
What-
Does
this
anybody
Part
female
of it.
shows up quite a bit.
does anybody in the party speak Abyssal?
No.
I'm gonna go with a no. Double check.
I absolutely do not.
Definitely.
Pepper will tell you. We'll let you know that those are Abyssal languages, but she doesn't speak it either.
While these guys are doing all their investigation, I'm gonna sit kind of still and recharge my energies. I want to try to cast the spell again and wake him back up. So I'd like to take a short rest while they're doing their investigations.
Everybody will be able to do a short rest. So if you do want to do the hit points, you know, and recharge a certain amount of your spells. I know a couple spells were cast. All right, so Oleski, you have been back up at 1 hit point again. You can pretty much, without healing kit, you can do this all day. It'll be the days of the specters on Battlefield.
I will not be expending any hit dice for the short rest. I wasn't damaged enough.
So I will again cast my suggestion spell. Wisdom DC 14.
All right. Okay, you're casting suggestion.
Yeah.
And what was your thing?
To ignore us and do a villain soliloquy of his plans, of the plans of the
Okay.
ritual.
He goes, I am here to help the arrival of the great god.
You're breaking up a lot, dude. You're
Someone's speaking out through this. All right, I don't know. Everyone wants to mute for a second, then it'll help you understand here. He goes, I am here to serve the Countess Erica Reigns in protecting her portal for the goddess's arrival. This is just one of 3, and the first 2 have been erected and working. The second one is obviously in the Fey Woods, and the third in the court of the Drow of my people. I have been sent here to help her, and I hate this job, but it at least gets me away from the priestesses. I think some people came down here, but I think I got all of them. Don't know where they are, but I remember. And then he kind of comes back into his back to his senses again. You're muted.
The suggestion lasts for 8 hours. So
Yeah, but I'm saying he's kind of understanding where he is. He starts seeing everybody else walking.
So, Laren, I'm guessing that this woman that we're seeing in the tapestry, focus of this portal, what might amount to other portals across the land. So might be next line of, and that's assuming that we stopped the ritual that was happening.
How do we end this portal, Pepper?
This portal's working.
Right, but how do we close it down?
Probably on the other side. But I don't feel that this seems to be one of others. So I think if we break the other ones from happening, I think the chain reaction will shut this down here. Breaking this here could cause a dimensional explosion that could kill us.
Well, let's avoid that.
So we have to stop it in one of the other two locations.
So you're saying enter the portal now, come out wherever it comes out, and then
No.
We can. I overheard him say there was two others.
Yeah,
So-
one in the Fae and one in the Court of the Drow. I
So we
think I
can
know
stop-
which one I would rather go to.
The chain backlashes back. But if they're all up, then we could walk through. But I feel that this is not to go into something, but bring something out.
so
Probably that being.
is there a way to
in the
block it?
tapestries.
If it was choosing this one, I mean, we could blow the whole chamber up and bring it down, but I don't know if we have that type of ability.
I think we have to stop one of the portals from being open, so that way they can't complete it.
One guard down here because it's already done.
Yeah. So we need to either go to the Fae or to the Drow and stop the other portal from being opened.
Okay. So we go to the Fae.
Aleski, do you want to ask him anything else while you're overhearing all this conversation?
Well, I don't have any other thing to ask him. I mean, the suggestion was a 1 or 2 sentence thing, so anything else he says, I'd probably be suspect on the
Okay.
answer he gave.
Do you want to try a different spell?
No, I think we got the information that we desperately needed. Now we do know that there is a ritual, so and a plan.
Do you want to just smooth talk him?
Not really.
We want HK to rough him up a little bit.
Want to knock him back out? What do you want to do with him?
Well, I don't know. I think this guy really doesn't know much of anything. I mean, he's just a guard. I mean, he's even a poor guard.
HK, you may look at you. Give me another history check. This time with advantage.
17.
He is a male. He's of a male house. You have fought him before. He is not a common guard.
He's not a guard. He has station,
And his fighting style meant he was
and he was well trained.
good.
Well, I don't know about that. I'll look down on him, and obviously he doesn't have much of a station. If he was just sat in a place to guard something,
A male warrior to have this regalia, to have this type of station, to have this type of training, he would have been better than maybe 20 to 300 of their male compatriots. He would have bested himself in combat. Their society is such that he would have to be among the best males there are in order to be posted here. He may look at it as a menial task, but there were hundreds of and many that would have loved to have had this posting. Even he himself said it was better than being where he was.
I assume it was a punishment to be stuck way out away from everything and just put here to stand in a chamber.
The greatest slave in a pen would give away a day's bread to be a slave in a different pen.
It is one of 3 portals for some ritual, so I mean, it's not like he was guarding the outhouse.
You notice that he is watching you guys.
I'm gonna lean into him and ask him, "Where's the other portals?"
He just sneers at you.
I'm gonna slide his own blade up into his side. Ask again, where are the other portals?
Do you speak Underdark?
No?
Okay, he says something you don't understand.
Are we done with this guy?
She really wants to kill him.
I'm gonna slide the blade into him.
What's your alignment, Jude?
To this guy?
Is there anybody in the party that's lawful good?
Yeah, I'm good. You shouldn't do that.
Anybody who's lawful good, you're about to kill a prisoner of war. I'm just saying.
Well, he is of an evil race.
He's still a prisoner of war.
Guy's a cultist. Fuck him.
He's not a cultist.
I mean, he was working for people doing rituals.
If you're chaotic or neutral good, you don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, anybody lawful good, you're killing somebody who is
I'm not lawful good.
right. So I'm just saying,
I have no idea what I am.
I just wrote good. I'm probably neutral. I would imagine I'm
You
pretty.
have a lot of outstanding things about you, Jake. So your character, Larry, with some saving the damsel and having a code of honor. Remember your encounter with the hag. You didn't want to negotiate. So those are lawful good tendencies. What are you? What is your alignment? And Alessi, what is yours? Are you guys lawful or
Chaotic good.
you're chaotic?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
And according to my background that you wrote for me, I'm out here to eradicate evil. That doesn't seem like, just kick it to the side a little bit.
We should take all of his stuff, bind him, and leave him in the dark.
Oh, I'm lawful neutral.
Okay.
So someone's stopping me?
I don't know if
I'm saying, I'm telling you what you should do.
If we leave him behind alive, he'll be able to inform them what we know.
That's 3 against 1. I stab him with his own blade.
Why would you do that?
HK's voice has been silenced by his conscience. And he's still not. HK is silenced.
Please unmute yourself.
Oh yes, you can say a bunch of stuff we never heard you.
I use a tower shield as with Sentinel to block the attack.
Oh, okay. So he's got it close. So you're gonna have to knock the blade aside and you knock it aside and say something to him.
I'm gonna knock it aside and say we're not doing this way.
Rico, you're muted too. Just like
What way would you like to do it?
I just sighed.
With fire.
I would prefer.
He scoffs. He's kind of like amused that you guys won't kill him.
I punch him in his face again.
He's out.
All right, I give the blade back to Spoke.
We have his gear. We have his information. We can't let him go back.
Oh, fuck.
But we don't necessarily have to murder him.
Throw him in the portal and see what happens. We don't have a prison to put him in.
Make it so he cannot speak.
Oh,
and then
give me the blade back, Spoke. I'm going to cut out his tongue.
And then sell him to the fighting pits. Let him work
Hey,
his pen. Let
do it
him
with
work
your
his
own blade,
penance
man.
for life, and let him work his penance as a gladiator and start from the beginning.
Oh wait, we bring him to the what's that guy's name? Frog and Slate. We could possibly do that. Cut his tongue out, bring him to Frog and Slate, sell him as a potential gladiator slave in his fights. Get on Frog and Slate's good side. Out of them.
Yep.
Wow. I mean that is pretty morally reprehensible. I don't know.
If we were in a place where we had a base of power, would we not put him in prison? Would he not serve hard time and potentially have a trial and potentially even be put to death for his crimes?
I suppose, yeah.
So we're not
Especially-
doing anything different than choosing a different kind of prison and a different kind of penance. He at least has a fair chance to escape. He just has to be a better warrior than all those he's pitted against.
Out of town.
I mean, okay. I mean, I don't care that much.
You are,
I'll take his medallion off and give it to Spoke. Probably buys it. Take on him.
I mean,
Underdark.
Might come in handy.
what is the medallion? Is it just what is it of? I guess.
HK knows it is a house medallion. He is a son of a high house. In the
Okay.
He's a person of merit. We will probably have to find someone who can decipher the details, the name of the house, that type of thing. But this is the guys that could come in very much use for you if we have to get in closer and embed ourselves with nefarious types.
Actually,
Right.
it
It won't
HK
work if the guys if he's still alive and they know where he is.
I mean, if I'm going to be like secret spying him, yeah, he can't show up, body or anything.
So I can kill him.
If he's in the pits and without the ability to speak, and he's been sold to them for either the price of information, the Frog and Slate will have no need to let him go free of charge. They'll have paid for him in some fashion.
But they could ransom him back to his family.
Likely, but they paid for him. And while it wouldn't necessarily help us embed ourselves with his family, it'll get us past common guards who may not have known him personally.
So to play the opposite advocate of this plan, what if Frog and Slate don't buy him?
Well, at that point, his sentence will have been commuted to execution. He either serves the greater good and pays a penance, or he is unable to serve the greater good.
Jew, they are pretty much 25 feet. You can take one, and it's going to be a bitch to fucking carry that out.
Hey, Ben,
Yes.
is there a lot of? Did you say there was a lot of writing in Abyssal on these
There
tapestries?
was some abyssal writing on some of them.
Okay. Because while I don't speak Abyssal, I do have comprehend languages.
You do?
I do.
That's what the spell's for.
Yep. So I can just. I have to touch it to understand it.
Okay.
I will do that.
You cast that spell. You start going around. The tapestries are showing you a history not of this realm. The being is of a powerful goddess of another realm. They are not seem to be linked in anything of, although the wording is abyssal, there is a generation of evil to it, but it does not seem to be wholly linked to the abyss and any of the devils and demons. Although the iconic writing, and there are some servitude pictures around that you see of things like that, the goddess does not seem to be that associated fully with that. You seem to understand some parts. There was a part of it that says there was a rising of power with this being, that she came into things, and then was granted the power extremely. And you are seeing much connection that the Drow have a connection to her as well, as long as with Loth from one of the tapestries. And this being seems to be something they want to worship.
What'd you say? There was a rise to power, or
Yes,
like
the,
took
the,
power?
the being rose and like self-created itself. When you start going around to the actual gate, you start to understand a little bit of the iconically around the arcane symbols around. And you will get the name of the goddess. The people are summoning her, know her, and call her as Silk.
Some bitch. I'm gonna go on mute for.
Is that from your old stuff? Because I think I've heard that name before.
Yeah, that's
It's just a fabric, has nothing to do with any kind of religion or anything at all. Don't worry. Just Ben's favorite clothing material.
oh
I
shit.
hope none of our Twitch servers can read lips.
Can I kill him now? HK, can I kill him now?
I'm telling you, if you guys have been following this channel, yeah, this is what this party's up to.
Can I kill him now?
Before you do that, we have to discuss something. No matter what we do with him, the Drow are likely to be able to find out what happened. His fate could very well come back to us one way or another. Essentially, if we were to execute him here or later, they would know that we did it, and that could cause that Drow house to go to war against us. If he goes to the Frog and Slate and dies as a result of that, it could still cause them to go to war with us.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
And somehow if he survived, there's probably a good 50-50 or 75-25% chance they could still go to war with us.
Pepper's going to ask, how do you know all this?
I've fought the Drow before, and I have some experience with them. Their houses don't necessarily like their male members, even the higher ranked male members of their house. And in fact, they can be quite cruel, detrimental, or even murder them themselves. But for the sake of the honor of their house, they would avenge the death of one of theirs because it looks as though their house was weak. Regardless of what we do, we need to be prepared for the fact that this weight comes upon us. My thought is, given that, Frog and Slate seems the best as he has the longest possibility of life, therefore will stall the war for a longer period of time, provided he survives any length of time in their gladiatorial pits.
So,
But I welcome other ideas.
I stand with HK on this one.
loath am I to let evil continue to corrupt this world, But what you're saying is basically our best recourse for us is let him go. If the knowledge of our actions is going to get back to his family anyway, then the only difference would be if we let him go, there's no war.
I believe there's a possibility of war, but it is slightly lessened. And that's why I think Frog and Slate seems to be the best idea. In effect, for at least a time, how long we have no control over, he would be a captive. I don't think this family has the ability to find out what has happened to him until he dies or until he comes back to them. So we can't keep a prisoner with us this dangerous indefinitely. That's just not going to be a good idea. Sooner or later, he could escape or notify somebody of his presence.
HK, you may actually think Oleski may have a point. If he's left alone, he's probably going to get more flack coming back defeated than being abducted or
Naked as well, because Spoke took all his stuff.
either way. Just defeated is a bad thing in a Drow house, especially for a male.
His stuff was handed to me. I didn't take it.
That is just
You have it.
Experience. Your fear is because he's not a common foot soldier.
Right.
He's a house son, which means if he goes back defeated, like you said, he will probably be embarrassed. He already diminishes the house. He may be personally pissed, but he may not have the house's backing. But if he goes into slavery because you have abducted him, or you kill him, you just give the Loth Priestess a reason to come after you guys. But again, you also feel that because he's a House of the Sun, he may know more about the Drow stuff that you're looking for because he was probably around it.
So
which is because he's around one portal now.
So the question is, can we break him over time, and how much time?
And that's
could Oleski get him to talk again? Because if he talks in Drow, I can understand it now. This lasts an hour.
I could suggest that he speaks in a language we understand, like Common as well.
All right. Well, he was speaking to somebody else, and
how about if you
Drow.
And I'm going to whisper to Oleski, and if anybody else hears me, that's fine. What if you made him think that we were Drow?
I don't know if that would work. Let me think about that a moment. I know I can implant a suggestion for him to follow.
Spoke, and I'm still whispering. I don't want him to hear any of this, Ben.
He's out. He's unconscious.
Oh, he's out. What, is he really unconscious?
Yeah, Juke just fucking jacks him every time he turns around and says something or does something.
Spoke. Can you alter your appearance to look like any old Drow? Not necessarily him specifically?
It has to be a Drow I have seen. I can only change into something I've seen.
And
have you ever seen any other Drow?
How rare a Drow?
Can you turn into?
I don't know what you've done in your life, my friend.
Can you turn into something you've seen a picture of, like one of the Drow in the tapestries?
There was a Drow captain in Fengport, so you might have encountered one in your life, or a couple.
Drow are not common on the surface.
I have had interaction with the cult of the Night Garden before, though. Would I ever have seen another Drow during those interactions, Benny?
There are some, but they're not many.
All right, so it would be unlikely that I'd seen another Drow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know of the Drow. I mean, they're not. I think your family, where you come from, knows about them, but
he recognized it enough to say, "Oh, that's a Drow to us."
Well,
by
I mean,
description.
they're pretty distinctive just by description. Yeah.
And I talk about them around campfires all the time. So
I mean, you could almost look like him and just cover up a little bit more so he can't see your eyes or something like that. I mean,
Give
you
yourself
have,
a
you have one in
mustache.
front of you. So if you
I
can
mean,
do it,
like, I walk around with a robe and hood anyways, so like I can go that and Drow and probably be passable to someone who's not looking too closely and doesn't know that particular Drow, but you know,
I'm
carry
thinking
risk.
I'm thinking something along the lines of he's captured. We look like we're someplace else. You sneak in as a drow, try to break him out, so to speak, as a drow who's freeing him, and you tell him, "Look, you go. And I'll stay behind if they give chase. I'll defend, but you get back."
So we kind of like falsely free him.
Yes. So he thinks he
But,
was freed by another drow. But in that process, if the suggestion is, um, you know, trust who frees you, or trust who sets you free, or something to that effect, you could then ask him a question like, "What can I do to take up your work here while you go back for help?"
Okay. That
Do you
seems
think
like a fairly decent plan. I
that?
mean, like he's still going to be looking. If he looks closely at it all, he's going to be staring into his own face still. So even if it's just a lower jaw, like there's a manner of risk there.
Right, but if the suggestion is trust who frees you, once you've freed him, he'll have that suggestion to trust you.
but the influence of the spell tends to end once the suggested behavior is complete. So
But
it
how you?
could
But
last a long time, even up to 8 hours. But by the power of the mind, if the mind feels that it's completed the suggestion, the influence will dissipate rather rapidly.
well, trust somebody seems to me a longer term thing than say a given word, detail a plan, or what have you. If he's just trusting him and he's saying, "You go be free, I'll stay here. By the way, tell me how to complete your work," or um, that that's all part of trust. It seems like we might get more legs out of that.
It might be simpler and more straightforward if I can just suggest to him to detail the whole setup of the area. Or I mean, what information are we trying to get from him now?
Specific location of the other portals, or what his specific mission was here. Both.
I don't know. I feel like my magic provides an impetus to do something. Messing with the mind and getting him to reveal things that he wouldn't necessarily reveal. I don't think it's that sophisticated of a magic.
In that case, just
You
use
can't place him in danger or go against his nature or things to that effect.
well, then in that case, just as a means to let him go, so we're not sending him free. He thinks he got away or what have you. I mean, it's just a means to get him to go away.
Yeah,
Well,
but
if we leave him unconscious, unbound, then he'll eventually be able to move on. Or if we wake him up and explain to him that we're letting him go. He may think us weak, but he'll owe us.
Well, and to the point
I
of
do
what
not
was,
expect him to.
the point of what discussed earlier, if we let him go any fashion, he will go back to his clan or his house shamed, probably get shamed by that house, and less likely to run into him. Other than he's going to be on a personal. If we make it seem like he gets away somehow, then might not carry that same, and we could end up facing a bigger army. For all this guy knows, we're just a band of guys that got lucky and
There was no luck involved.
took him
I'm
out.
a skilled warrior.
Well, we know that, but he doesn't know. Oh, I mean, he knows that now because but we could have just happened upon him. He doesn't know that we were intentionally out what. If we give him a chance to have been free or gotten away, that might give him the appearance a little better than us attacking him. So I would suggest we either kill him or we let him go knowing that we are letting him go, or we keep him, take him with us, and try to extract more information.
There's also the songbird.
Or
Her power's vast.
She's a hell of a singer. You guys heard her?
It is not often that I am wooed to sway.
So maybe
Actually,
we do that. Maybe the first step is
it's
to
not
take him
ever
with
I'm
us.
wooed to sway.
Maybe the first step is to take him with us and try
I've
to
never been
extract
wooed,
more.
nor have I ever
info.
been swayed.
Okay. So you guys are going to take.
We're looking pretty swayed in the tavern.
Like
You
I
guys
said,
leave with him.
oh, yeah. Somebody have a cloak we can totally wrap and bind him.
Well, you have a ways to figure that out because it's a hike. You guys will be taking it back to. You guys got to get him back to the exile. We're going to end our session here. I will say that those that are Alana's fans will love the drop of the quest that this is on. Also, this is although you're following Last Man, you'll probably realize that this is probably the longest a Drow has ever been found captive by a party and not killed. So there's definitely a different world. So thank you again all for following. We'll be back again next week.
And we all know Lewanika never plays players that save Drow.
Yeah.
that shit never happens.
It's a first.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
this
first for everything.
Plan. Of the Greek gods that are in this world of Sparrow, there's a chance for a new one to be arriving, unless this band of heroes.
Oh, there's no chance.
We gotta end this shit before it begins. She gotta get one foot in the door and get a toe chopped off.
Either it gets stopped or we all die trying. Either way, I'm not meeting her.
That self-mutiny was close to the time I had to separate you guys into the kitchen for talking too much.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.